Okay, good morning, everyone. I wanted to announce that Candlelight Games has released our second role-playing game book, Man vs. Beast, a fantasy swords and monsters role-playing game. It is available solely as saddle stitch paperback on black and white on Lulu. It will only be available in book form. There will be no PDFs available for this. It is published under the Creative Commons share alike, so people are free to create for it or use the game engine to create their own versions of role-playing games. It uses a single D20 roll under universal mechanic, so not in that sense unique. It is, though, borrowing heavily from the old school OSR D20, in that you will recognize certain words and things, like it uses attributes, and it uses a save. It uses fixed damage, fixed armor soak, and everything is roll under. Anyway, it is set in ancient prehistory. Think back to man 11,000 to 13,000 BC. The discovery of recent areas like Gobekli Tepe, which now dates man, maybe had been a fairly sophisticated large civilization as far back as 13,000 years ago. Also, there's been some finds in South America, North America, that might also say man was on this particular continent as far back as 11,500, right? 11,500 years ago. It's Conan-esque. It's you are sword and sandal, bronze, stone, wood aged explorers and adventurers seeking to go off and to the lost continent of Mur, or the island of Atlantis, or South America, and discover ancient tribes and civilizations, and discover mysteries and adventure. It is designed purposefully to be played as one-offs. Every session is unique. There is no class or level-based gaming here. You create an already established character. There is no leveling up. There is no improving. You create your hero, and you are meant to play 60-minute to 90-minute sessions. They should be wrapped up in one session. There is no sense of a continued campaigning. However, you can obviously do that. The goal is to hit the ground running, playing these high-adventure, Conan-esque games that can be resolved in 60 minutes to 90 minutes. And then, of course, next time you come back, the characters who survive will have a fate point for the next session. That fate point can be used. So that is how your character ultimately improves, is you can score a fate point just for surviving an episode. Although it is not designed to be very lethal, it is designed that you embody your character already established, doing these epic expeditions across the oceans and into these countries and lands. So you are meant to characterize and embody your character via role-playing, but it is combat-centric, and there are dangers and beasts in the world. So it should give you an idea what the idea is. I'll read it to you here. Man v. Beast, a Swords and Monsters role-playing game, is designed for single episodic sessions of high adventure in an ancient world featuring myths of Atlantis and the continent of Mur. MVP uses only a single D20 and requires 2 or more players. MVP is designed for 60 to 90-minute action-packed high-adventure role-playing sessions. It is just 27 pages. It does have a bestiary, which is designed purposefully for you to use it as a guide to create and detail your own beasts and monsters. It can be used literally, but it's a guideline table, basically. Character creation is fairly simple. Weapons and equipment is select and reselect is the concept. Anyway, it should make for fun, easy to play, easy to teach, fast, furious games that are high adventure Conan-esque. I had been working on this for a long time. I have another one. I have an actual OSR that I've been working on for years, but I tabled it. I've been working on that of late, and I just can't get excited about the subject matter. It's my subject matter. It's my world, but it is an OSR coming of age role-playing game, D20 OSR role-playing game, where you are playing teens who are sent off to discover the world and become adults. I just can't. I can't get excited about it. I mean, it's an interesting concept and everything, and it's already written. It's just not. It's not publishable, and I don't have all my monster bestiary and everything in that. But this is one I've been working on to make into a solo role-playing game book. And the more I worked on it, the more I said I don't want to make it a solo game. You could easily play this solitaire, obviously, but I decided I do not want. And it might be, because of the way the game is designed, it might be perfect for solitaire role-playing. But I prefer role-playing as a social activity. It is a traditional game, by the way, traditional game master, traditional player roles. The GM should have some kind of adventure set or encounter night, and it should be very much a traditional conversation between the GM and the players, and the GM will roll dice, and the players will roll dice, and you should have epic adventures. Anyway, check it out if you're curious. It is our second actual published role-playing game in book form. Although it is saddle-stitched, there's no other options for me other than hardback, and I don't really believe that people are going to want to pay double the money for a hardback version. It's not enough pages to warrant perfect paperback, which is too bad. I think perfect paperback, needs to be 30-something plus pages to land perfect paperback. And of course, I wasn't going to use Spiral Bound for this. However, Spiral Bound would be a great version for GMs, as you could flip the book open to the monster table and have all of the guidelines of the monsters flat out right in front of you. However, it's easy enough to put a bookmark in this book. Anyway, for those interested, there it is. It can be had only on Lulu for $9.99 paperback. Again, it is Creative Commons, share alike, which means people are free to make their own versions and publish and make their own stuff. Anyway, I hope everybody out there is having a fantastic weekend. I hope everyone out there is enjoying their role-playing hobby at its fullest extent. Thank you, and good day.